Ronda Rousey opens up on her Survivor Series botch. Plus, a major change is coming to AEW TV next week, and a WWE star wants to host the Great British Bake Off. It is all in the wrestling and baking news right now. Ronda Rousey's Survivor Series. That was, as described by many, a thing that happened.
It was a thing that happened, Tom, absolutely.
She talked about the match that she had with Shotzi on her YouTube gaming stream the other night. Many were not happy with the way it went. A lot of anger towards Ronda Rousey, towards the way that the match was put together, and she lets in on a bit of intel about it here. She says, you ever wake up from a deep sleep and think of a cringe moment in your life? Well, actually, that's very relatable. I had one of those this morning. I woke up at 6:30 and I was like, oh God, that DDT on the apron. Ronda explains on the video that she posted that she pitched these spots with the DDT on the apron, but they didn't get a chance to practice it beforehand. You see, Ronda's ropes at her personal ring at home were too loose. The cage was down during the day of Survivor Series. There was a number of reasons why they couldn't get in there to practice it. Ronda said she was so concerned with keeping Shotzi safe that she took her mind off her positioning. She says, I'm sorry, okay? Effing shoot me. Apparently, I deserve to be fired or burned. It reminds me of Monty Python and the Holy Grail, where they're like, burn her! They weren't calls to fire anybody when Madcap Moss and Big E were spiked on their heads. I think there was. And they were like, burn her anyway. I effed it up because I was so concerned with keeping somebody safe. And a lot of times when you see me do something for the first time, it's the first time I've ever done it. It's the first time I ever did it. I was really concerned with keeping Shotzi safe, and I made it look bad. You know what? Sorry. Apparently, I deserve to be fired or burned. I don't think it needs to be burned.
I don't think it needs to be burned either.
No. If you run an arm drag, then maybe. Ronda goes on to say that just as they were getting the crowd back on side, she was told to bring it home. The Finn Balor and AJ match had overrun by about 6 minutes. I didn't realize it had overrun.
No, me neither.
I was surprised. So their time ended up being cut short because they couldn't take anything off the War Games match. So unfortunately, theirs was one that was shortened. But she didn't believe it had been properly factored into the match they'd put together. So hence why the finish kind of came out of nowhere and was a bit rough and ready. Yeah. She goes on to say, I was kind of bummed because I thought we worked on that match for 2 weeks and we were really excited about it. And I feel like I kind of failed Shotzi. I really wanted to showcase her SH1T and make all her SH1T look great and show everybody how great she is. That's one of the main reasons I wanted to come back for this run, is showcase new talent. And a few people have jumped on that bit there, Andrew, where she says, we went through this match for 2 weeks.
Yes.
Because people have gone, really that for 2 weeks? It sounds like there were mitigating circumstances that might have undone some of that prep over the past 2 weeks. It would sound like. Later in the stream, Rousey joked about how she's going to do her best to sell that DDT on the apron next time she takes it. She says, I'm going to take this DDT better than anyone on the flipping earth some other time. I'm going to spike my head and flipping breakdance spin, then land face first onto the mat. Then while I'm bleeding out on the ground, I'll be like, are you not entertained? I was very entertained by the way Ronda Rousey described the match. I'll be perfectly honest.
Yeah. Do you know what? Like, if she does take that DDT one time and she actually puts her whole Ronda Rousey into it, then all the more power to her. All
the Rousey into that one. Let's talk about AEW. So a bit that's come out of the press conference that suggests that, well, things are going to feel slightly different on AEW from next week.
Absolutely, yeah. So Tony Khan spoke last night at the Ring of Honor Final Battle press conference, announcing a major change to AEW TV from next week, and it sounds like it's one we've all been looking for. Khan revealed there will be less Ring of Honor TV on AEW TV following this go-home week for Final Battle. Tony Khan has limited the Ring of Honor presence after hearing criticism of the product. Tony Khan also said the future of Ring of Honor would be addressed Saturday and alluded to something being revealed about a weekly TV show beginning after Final Battle. And as I said, I think this is something that a lot of people have been wanting for a very, very long time. Sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say I'm with you. In the sense that I'm very excited about it.
This sort of leads me, as we were talking before, we were talking about the dog collar tag team title match. Maybe this closes out with the Briscoes finally winning the belts, and then those belts going over to Ring of Honor, and FTR hopefully being able to have a little bit more TV time on AEW as well.
One would hope, because then if they're going to separate the brands properly, it's going to mean a lot more freedom for some of the great talent within AEW to shine. So I'm really up for seeing that. I'm up for FTR getting amongst it on the AEW tag division.
It's gonna be really interesting to see. When we get to like the sort of the top tier titles, when we got the Ring of Honor championship and everything as well, see if Claudio wins that and then just like focuses on Ring of Honor and not seeing him on an AEW TV as much. It's going to be interesting to see sort of who stays within the Ring of Honor sphere and who goes back to the AEW side of things. Because
that's it, because you've got like the Blackpool Combat Club that I feel like is going to be divided across 2 shows.
Me too.
So you'll have Moxley and Danielson on AEW, and then you'll have Yuta, presumably Yuta and Claudio on the other.
Yeah, that's what I think as well.
So have like 2 sets, like across.
Although that's not too bad. I feel like that might be a good way to sort of have representation of both shows, but not necessarily have to like cross them and make it all convoluted at the same time.
Yeah, I don't think you necessarily need like a faction to always be hanging around together and running in on each other's matches and stuff. And I quite like the idea of the Blackpool Combat Club being this sort of ideology that floats between 4 wrestlers across 2 shows.
Yeah, and then maybe when you get to like big pay-per-views, maybe that's when you can like bring them all back together in an Avengers style moment. I don't know.
From BCC to GBBO. You watch Great British Bake Off, Andrew?
A little every now and then.
Yeah.
Oh, every now and then.
Excellent television. There's a lot of people in America that love Great British Bake Off, which I'm always delighted about. And yesterday it was announced that Matt Lucas is stepping down as the host of Great British Bake Off.
I like Matt Lucas. I don't know what the general consensus are. I'm not like an avid watcher of Bake Off. I watch it very casually, but I think he's all right.
I think he's all right. So new host on the horizon. Sami Zayn has quote retweeted the BBC Twitter and said, "Where do I sign up?" I have approached Sami Zayn for comment on behalf of the BBC.
Yes.
I have, and I'm yet to hear back. But I've sent an official...
He'll get back to you.
He's
a good lad.
I've sent off my official BBC email address and everything.
Okay.
So fingers crossed we hear from him. But I love the idea of Sami Zayn hosting the Bake Off.
Me too.
Now, it's very pie in the sky.
Hey.
But it'd be nice to see. With that in mind, Andrew.
Yes.
I want to test you on a little quiz that I've invented.
Okay.
If you know the difference between baked goods and wrestling holds,
yes,
in a quiz that I like to call a bake or break.
Oh my goodness, bake or break.
So I'm going to give you the name of either a baked good, a food or a dessert item, or a wrestling move.
Okay.
You have to tell me whether it is bake or break.
Okay.
Okay, easy ones to start off with. Buckle bomb.
That is a break.
It is a break. It's Seth Rollins' favourite move that he injures people with. Buckle cake.
That's a cake.
That is a cake.
Yeah,
it's a fruit cobbler.
You got me there.
3-handled family credenza.
Oh, I'm going to say that's a break.
It is a break.
Oh.
Perry Saturn finishing move in 2001.
Okay.
Apple pan dowdy.
Cake.
That is a cake. It's an apple cobbler.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Sicilian slice.
That's a cake.
That's a break.
No, of course it is.
Little Guido's top rope leg drop.
Yes. Oh my God.
And finally, a Jaffa cake.
Cake.
No,
biscuit.
It's a biscuit.
It's a biscuit.
Well done.
It's a biscuit.
I tried to catch you out there.
You did.
It's a biscuit.
It's a biscuit.
Excellent work. Thank you for playing. Did you have a lovely time?
I had a wonderful time, Tom. Did you have a nice time?
I had a very time.
I'm glad you had a time.
I had a time. For more of the latest wrestling news and possibly more baked goods news, check out cultaholic.com. Keys.
Love you, bye.